the amount of aluminium cans, we packed 7 those big bags that is like I'm 1.74. The bag was almost as tall as me, and we still crushed the cans. We filled a 14-foot lorry with 7 bags. We filled the lorry full. My younger sister is born in September 96. I found a newspaper headline from October 96.
Oh,
it's towards my sister.
Hey, what's up?
what's up?
What's up?
And welcome to our coffee shop. I'm your host, Jin Yong, and welcome to another episode of the KopiBros show presented by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you tuning in via YouTube or any other sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for listening. We are just a Singaporean trio that are going to be learning about
Local news.
Yay, local news.
Now, once again, I'm joined by fellow broadcaster Brandon Yeo and Mr. Ten Yang. How are both of you doing?
Not too shabby, not too shabby.
It's already Monday and I'm still tired.
Any interesting thing happened over the week?
I'm shooting buses. I'm shooting photos of buses, if that's what you call interesting.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Are you
Oh.
on the Hume
Yeah.
Avenue or Hume
No,
Avenue?
I'm
MRT
doing some
station?
stuff for I'm doing some stuff for a client, so I had to shoot some
I see.
buses. So other day I was standing outside Jurong East Bus Interchange and in Jurong East Bus Interchange for slightly over an hour. People were giving me like funny looks. Like, why is this grown-ass man taking photos?
But there is a group, right? There is a group that is like they are really fans of buses, right? Like, and it's quite a young, the bus boys.
Yeah, bus spotters. Bus boy like restaurant lah, bro.
Yeah,
Bus spotters, bus like youngsters. The train
Yeah,
was
quite-
what, the recent
yeah.
Hume station.
Yeah, crazy, man.
The one interesting. Wow, they actually counted down at 3, 2, 1 before the shutters open. All
It's crazy, eh? Do you see the video? Like,
Yeah.
I did.
Hype. Nowadays, finding new reasons to hype things up.
Okay, I'll say this. I'd rather these kids, right, be doing this, like getting excited
yes.
getting excited about buses rather than going out in public and generally being a nuisance or less like being up to miscreant activities. I actually had this exact same discussion with a friend earlier this week, and I think we came to the conclusion that I think it's healthier for kids to be doing this, lah. But it seems that most of the kids doing these tend to be boys. So otherwise, it's still healthy. I mean, it keeps them occupied, and it's actually a lot to learn.
so, since we're on the topic of local news, right? I just want to ask Brandon and Ten Yang, before I go into the 3 local news that we sort of selected. I don't know about you all, but for me, right, I find that recently there are really quite a lot of like bombastic news, like things that really shock me. So, what is one shocking news that has happened that you have noticed in your social media feeds these past few weeks?
I don't know whether we can talk about it. It's a bit morbid, lah. So that's why.
Oh,
It's
talking about the Simonboy, is it?
Yes.
Wow, it's really in shock. And then the circumstances about how the little girl passed away. Little girl, right? Yeah, little girl.
Little girl, yeah.
How old's your kid?
4. 3.5. So it's the same age. So that's why it hit a lot harder. Right? I tell you, when there's so much rage and so much, like, really a crazy wave of emotions. Yeah, as a father, it's like I can't even imagine if without him actually reporting it, right? Like, how long would it be went under the radar? I believe he'll probably be until the girl turns 7 years old. I know that every single Singaporean child, when they turn 7 years old, the system will pump up that they have to attend primary school. Then after that, that's where they search for them, lah. Yeah.
Most shocking news, I think, just happened. Was it yesterday or something? That actually yesterday on Sunday, that car that burst into flames after an accident.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I served my NS in civil defense, so I mean I've seen my fair share of all this. I mean, initially it shocked you. After a while, you just kind of got numb to it. But the thing is that when you see these kind of pictures again, you can only imagine. It's like oh shit, the guy was burnt alive. Yes, unfortunately, someone did die, but I think on the bright side, only one person died. Maybe 2 others injuries, but it could have been a lot worse, considering how jammed.
How big the fire was crazy. I saw the video.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad because the Nicolll Highway exit to KPE, it's always busy.
I think I just want to re-emphasize that I think the KopiBros show, we try to maintain a certain level of like upbeatness and a certain level of positivity lah. And we try to steer away from some of these more morbid and political issues. I'm sorry, I won't be covering the two stories that you guys just mentioned. I think before we went on air, we actually discussed really 3 topics that we're talking about. So yeah, you want to share a bit about what happened, the good news instead of the car bursting in flames that you heard yesterday?
Yeah, so Lo Kuan Yew and the other what's the name?
Yo Jiamin. Actually, my friend's sister. You know, wow, it's quite crazy.
Wow, Jiamin, she won the She won the German Open. She won for the ladies category. She won. Lo Kuan Yew, well, he didn't win, but he got second. And I still think that's a hell of an accomplishment. I mean, these athletes always fly our flag high, especially Lo Kuan Yew. He's always flown our flag high. To see him, get second, you're so close to first. It's still an achievement. It's still worthy to be talked about.
Yeah.
Before him, like one of the previous athletes that won like something very noteworthy was Joseph Schooling. I actually had the opportunity to meet him, I think, back in 2023 at a speaking event. He's very, very friendly, very, very down to earth. For a guy who's has sponsorships and a gold medal, and any girl he can choose. Dude was like super humble. No, like seriously, bro. Like all the girls, like, oh my god, Joseph Schooling, can I get a photo of you? It's like, you think it's as if like Big Bang.
Yeah. Because it's quite unfair. Like he's good looking, plus he's so talented, plus he speaks well. Same with. Yeah, and I feel the same way for Lo Kuan Yew. So for the fact that I think Lo Kuan Yew was also quite handsome also.
I think there was a period of time about 10-20 years ago that a lot of people were complaining that Singapore sports we are just flooded with like foreigners, right? Like the football team, the table tennis team, like anything cannot work, just pay foreigner, ask them naturalize as Singaporean, right? But I think things have really changed. Okay. I think two sports that I really will single out here. One is the badminton, one is the table tennis, and then I think our football team also. You can really see that country is really starting to breed and grow talent instead of just like naturalize people. Yeah, especially the table tennis team. I'm very impressed with them. Like Isaac Kwek is like not even 18, and he's like really, really making advances in like the international stages and the games now. And he represented Singapore at the Olympics, although he crashed out in the first round. Yeah, so I think that it's a very good step in certain sports in the right way, in the sense that we are actually cultivating and breeding, training some of these local athletes lah. Yeah, breeding. Oh my god.
A senior sister, a uni senior sister is also a former national bowler. And the papers have said how she's trained and everything else. It's crazy lah. The amount of effort.
Yeah, not easy.
The swimmers, the Kwa siblings, also those guys.
So I think good job to all the Singapore athletes out there. I really think that we are going in the right directions for certain sports in Singapore, and I believe that in a few like decades, we will soon see Singapore being more prominent on the international stage. Okay, second news. Actually, this news was actually brought up by Brandon about some new task force. Okay, so Brandon, do you want to speak a bit about this news first?
New task force?
Yeah,
new task
for
force.
The hoarding one.
Oh, news. I was like thinking news task.
It's new task force, not new
Yeah,
task force.
we're talking about the community relations unit, right? That will begin operations from the second quarter of 2025, and they will serve as a measure for last resort to declutter the flats of hoarders, which pose a significant fire risk. The reason why they do this is because really there's been quite a lot of fires in houses the past few months. Yeah, and a majority of them is really because of like hoarding, and like literally the house is just filled with like flammable items that in the end they soon catch fire.
All this, okay, if I want to just add on this hoarding, because I used to volunteer, do some volunteer work back during the COVID period. So I seen a lot of these, like quite a few of these hoarding flats. Like there was one at Red Hill behind the Shell station. 5-room flat, completely just utterly stuffed to the absolute brim with aluminium cans, tape cartons, newspapers, old books, old magazines, old clothes. My younger sister is born in September 96. I found a newspaper headline from October 96.
Oh,
It's towards my sister. I found a passport. I think that person long ago go up already, but the passport expired in 1978. That's how much junk there was in the flat. The amount of aluminium cans, we packed 7 those big bags that is like, I'm 1.74, the bag was almost as tall as me, and we still crushed the cans. We filled a 14-foot lorry with 7 bags. We filled the lorry full of bags. The amount of cans is in the thousands, It was crazy. It was crazy. And the cockroaches actually crawled on my leg, You know how disgusting Yeah.
Okay.
You know how disgusting that is? The cockroaches crawl on my leg. The only part of the flat that wasn't crammed with shit was the front part where the altar was. And I'm honestly wondering how, a fire wasn't started, because the whole flat was literally just kindling. Yeah, so it took myself and a lot of other volunteers, we took I think 6 weekends to clear the entire place, because we only do it every Saturday and Sunday. And the whole time we were doing it, the old man was just cursing and swearing at us. It was crazy, and really, this old man was infamous in the entire block. The neighbors saw us cleaning the flat, cleaning all this stuff. They were like, "Oh, the uncle at the 6th floor."
Wow.
About time. Really? Finally he gets to clear, asking people to clear. Oh, wow, finally he clearing his flat. I mean, all kinds of comments lah, but it's pretty mad lah. After every time I was done, I had to change my clothes, wash, soak hot water, and then a lot of allergies because all the dust inside was terrible. I swear to God, I looked at the flat. I told my founder, my volunteer group founder, I said, "You give me 2 minutes, I'll settle this whole place for you." It's like, how? You go downstairs, buy lighter fluid, give me a match.
Burned.
The time values of the flats in the area, this was on the 6th floor. Value of the flats in the area was about 800,000 plus. Flat in that condition, even if you burn the whole place, rip out all the fittings, everything, you can still sell. I think easy can sell for 600. Genuinely, I'd rather he go and live, in a facility where there are people taking care of him, where perhaps he can get some treatment for his condition, and doesn't have to live in, filth. I'm sorry, but yeah. He bathed at Delta Swimming Complex. Just saying.
Wow.
So it was quite sad to see, but unfortunately, so this is the kind of situation that we do see in Singapore.
In my very first job, I actually seen and handled a few hoarding cases before. To the outsiders, right, they'll just think, hey, this one hoard, like everybody hoarding. You see newspaper outside, I think sometimes people also complain it's hoarding, right? But I think from a case management perspective, right, there's actually a few levels of hoarding. If I'm not wrong, there's 9 levels of hoarding.
9 levels of hoarding. Wow.
Yeah. So for people to say that your hoarding is so dangerous that you're endangering your own life, or you're like endangering like fire safety, then without your consent they can go in. That one has to be a certain level of severity. The rest, right, like they can still walk. The hoarding is not very jialat. Then that's why a lot of people complain, because there is really no reason for the SCDF or HDB to go in and say we want to clear this. And that poses a lot of problems, because not all hoarding cases are severe cases. Not all hoarding cases are mentally ill enough that you will need to go in and like force the action upon them, right? And that's why I think this news that Brandon brought up, the part about some task force, about solving it from the community, about solving it by communication and building relationship is important. In my experience, hoarding, right, if you don't solve the mental aspect of it, you can clear 2 years later, the thing will come back. I think it's even worse. Yeah, so because it's so easy for us to just say, wow, hoarding, we complain to HDB, town council, why they're not doing anything. I think one thing you can do to help them, probably, if you really think the person is hoarding, try to get to know the person, right? Try to talk to the person. It doesn't have to be something big. You can just say hi. 2 weeks later, you say hi, and then you add another sentence. Over time, once you build a relationship with them, you will become the window for this town council and whoever and the professionals to come in and talk to them, right? And then you can flag it out to the nearest community center or whatnot, or you can do your part by trying to build a relationship.
I mean, okay I don't think they're all like that, but that particular place I cleared at Red Hill, the social worker actually brought the volunteer group I was volunteering with in, because they knew about his case, and then they even brought his sister in to try to convince him to let us clear his place and everything. But really, 6 weeks, 6 weeks of Hokkien vulgarities, Honestly, this guy could have written an entire like pocket book full of Hokkien vulgarities to teach you.
But that's how they show love, bro. When they score, right, it's just one step before beating you, bro. If he really appreciated it even slightly more, right, he would have really started beating you already. But lucky. I mean, he's not at the age,
Okay, I think we should move on to our last piece of news.
Yeah. Please.
Which is also flagged up by Brandon. So Brandon, I just want to invite you to talk a bit about this accident that happened actually in Malaysia, not in Singapore.
Yes. And this is actually right outside KSL Mall. I think it's along the stretch of the like the Bak Kut Teh, that stretch.
Yeah, correct.
The Bak Kut Teh
Yes.
not nice really, just saying.
Yes. It's really overpriced. I don't know what they really make it.
Shit, you know.
Yeah. They really just don't care about the standard because they get to charge so much to all the Singaporeans. But
Yeah.
so maybe this person, maybe that's the reason why this person was so tilted, right? She just crashed a car. So the story is Singaporean driver, Singapore license plate Audi TT, right? Mind you, it's a convertible Audi TT. She crashed into I think 2 other stationary car. So she just,
Oh, yeah.
and I saw the video, right? It was literally no rhyme, no reason. I think maybe she stepped on the wrong handbrake. Maybe, I don't know, she's day drinking. Maybe she drank too much Bak Kut Teh. She's having a food coma. She just
Cannot. The Bak Kut Teh store, if only one free refill. After that, the soup to refill must pay already. So
yeah. Maybe not correct. But it just slammed into the Proton Persona. Then after that, you see, right, the entire front of the Audi TT was damaged. What was actually said, right, that the female driver, right, sitting in the car was like a bit stunned that everything happened, right. I think she's only in the mid-20s. She got out of the car with the help of other people, right, and she was visibly shaking, right, from the accident. She literally left the scene holding the dog. She grabbed a dog and she walked away. Like, she really didn't walk away. She didn't wait for the police. She didn't get down the number of the car. Because the car was parked there, but the guy wasn't in the car as well. So everybody was wondering what's happening. They had to wait for the police. Some people, the more capable people, they are like, oh, I need to give my statement, but then nobody is here. One man came back to the vehicle to took the handbag and some of the items in the car, right? And then left also.
Huh?
Yes. So it's a very small road. So it's very confusing. Why would the car even be so fast, driving so fast in the middle of the day and along such a small road? It was been an entire day, right? When the news came out, right, it was already been an entire day. The lady didn't even go to the police. So like they were still looking for this person. And I was thinking, that's not very smart though. Like there's literally, unless you came back and you steal the license plate off the car, because like the license plate is there, it's registered under the name. I don't know where can you run to. I'm confused. Like, after that, the JB police was like looking for her, and I believe it's so easy to find.
Honestly, like that, she walking away from an accident without, claiming responsibility, that's already an offense. Then there was damage to other people's car. One of them being looked like a quite nice Honda Civic Type FK2. I don't know about you, but I've personally been involved in. I've actually personally been involved in 5 accidents. Of which only one was my fault. I rear-ended someone else. The other 4, I was either I was rear-ended or I was a passenger. I don't blame how she acted, because once you got involved, when that time someone rear-ended me, or actually when I rear-ended someone, I came out of the car, my whole hand was just shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was a shock to you, like, to run away from the accident scene. Big no. Reasons perhaps why she did it. A, she doesn't have a license, or B, the car wasn't hers. But most likely, I think, or even C, under the influence of something lah.
Alcohol, yeah. Which I believe that should be the main reason why, because if not, because after 24 hours or 36 hours, then you come back, you can just say that you panic and you left. Then it's much better than getting charged with like drink driving and under the influence.
So she could have been either not unlicensed or under the influence or something lah. So she could just have gotten the brake and the gas mixed up lah. So
which is also
it happens.
Yes.
I mean, but last time my old school, my dad, I think he came back this story. Akong came to pick up his grandson. He nearly drove the car off the ledge into the stadium. So half the car was hanging off the flower bed.
Wow.
It was quite funny. I mean, we all when student we saw a car like half hanging off the flower bed. Like, wow, today, school very happening today.
These kind of videos always, if someone would just shout, like these TikTok videos where the car is stuck somewhere, and like, hey, you can't park here. Yeah, you can just imagine how tilted a person will be.
But yeah, I mean, whatever it is, I hope the lady.
Yeah, to come forward before she gets caught, like caught to come forward. That's.
And importantly, I hope her dog is okay, because the dog's.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve this.
I think that's a good way to conclude this episode, and that's for our news flash episode.
Get out of here!
The time our coffee shop is closing, but in the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, please remember to give it a like and subscribe. We have an episode that comes out every Monday. But if you're interested in football, the football kaki that drops every Wednesday, and if you have the fun game show formats, we have the SG Drop podcast that drops every Friday with Tân Yang and Brandon here. Also, if you're interested in fun knockout tournaments, we have a weekly tournament pool that's in our Instagram every Monday to Thursday, where we knock out and eliminate different contenders to a topic uniquely tagged to this week's KopiBros episode. Now, this is a recurring tournament every 12 p.m. when the results of the previous day are revealed and the next round of voting starts. So head to our Instagram to vote. We hope that everyone is enjoying the local news. But remember,
Kopi a day keeps your troubles away.
Oh, and in case you don't like Kopi, Nisha now has more outlets than Starbucks globally. Woo!
what?